national news with Lisa Laflamme.
After the break, more anger at Tim Hortons.
Double for justice for Tim's workers.
The brand, the blame, and the boycott over a minimum wage backlash. Canada's most famous coffee shop got roasted by unhappy customers today. They protested at Tim Hortons across Ontario, accusing the chain of putting profits before people. While thousands of businesses are affected by the province's new minimum wage hike, Tim's is getting the maximum grief. CTV's Peter Ackman explains.
Outrageous, right? So we want Tim Hortons workers to have coffee breaks? Yeah.
The backlash and anger are growing against coffee giant Tim Hortons, and today, at several stores across Ontario, protests.
This is a way of forcing the corporate greed to turn around and share the wealth.
On the heels of the unprecedented increase to Ontario's minimum wage to $14 an hour on January 1st, some Tim's franchises announced cuts to benefits and eliminated paid breaks, raising the ire of union groups across the province.
Tim Hortons made $3 billion in revenue last year, and some of the franchises are going to workers and saying, you got a raise, but now we're going to claw stuff back. And this store was one of them.
And while the actions of the franchisees have been condemned publicly by their parent company, the association representing privately owned stores says Tim Hortons hasn't allowed them to offset the $2.40 hourly increase in any way, which they estimate will cost each franchise $250,000 a year.
They're one of the biggest brands and one of the biggest moneymakers in Canada. So, they should be a leader.
But while this wage increase is predicted to raise prices and cause job losses across all sectors in Ontario, some marketing experts say Tim Hortons has now become the face of corporate greed.
Tim Hortons has become the whipping boy, in a sense, the mascot for ruthless capitalists that don't want to pay workers high wages.
Fair or not, union leaders have a warning for Tim Hortons and any other business that's considering mistreating workers.
I suggest you rethink it, because we are going to fight back like we've never fought back before.
While many Tim Hortons customers paused at today's protest and voiced their support, it seems most still went inside and bought a coffee. Peter Ackman, CTV News, Toronto.